In this video, I'm going to show you an excellent exercise you can do to stretch your upper body and your lats using minimal equipment like a chair. The flexibility guy, Coach Elia. Shins Wars, that's like yo guys, I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and today I'm with Viola here, and together we're gonna show you how to stretch your lats, so the muscles you have here under your shoulder, alright, which are huge muscles which move the entire upper body, which are really strong and big, using minimal equipment. I'm gonna use a chair. You can use something similar also, like a stool bar or something like that, but make sure it's something stable. So I got a little weight on the chair to make sure that the chair is going to stay here put, all right? But before I start, since we'll be talking about upper body flexibility, let me show you my book, Shoulders Range, which is the book you want to use if you want to master your upper body flexibility, all right? And in here you'll find plenty of exercises to work with to improve your shoulders and upper body flexibility. You can check it out following the link in the description down below, all right? Now, with that said, let's start. Alright guys, so how do you want to use this chair, alright? Viola's going to demonstrate here. So first, you want to grab the chair with your hands facing down. Now facing down, alright? We're gonna explore different grips, but for now you want to understand how to do that with your hands facing down, with your palms facing down. Now here, you want to find the correct distance. So for now, don't think about your feet. Just point forward with your feet and drive your shoulders down like that. Once you find the correct distance, which means that your feet have to stay below your hips, all right? Just under your hips. Once you find the correct distance, then the stretch begins, all right? So now we're gonna stretch one side only. And to do that, you do want to do that. You wanna come up a little, all right? So you don't wanna go further into the stretch. Come up a little with your chest. Now you want to turn your feet toward one side. For example, she's moving her feet toward her left. So she's gonna stretch her left side, all right? So depending on where you point your feet, you're gonna stretch that side. You point your feet toward your left, you stretch your left side. Toward your right, you stretch your right side, all right? Now, the movement here of the hips is crucial. This is what creates the stretch, because here you'll be fixed. So you don't have to move your shoulders. You just have to move your hips. All right, so now what you do want to do here is this. Since you'll be turning your feet to one side, this means that you do want to turn your hips as well. All right, now this movement here has to be really precise, so you don't want to overdo it. There's no need you overdo it. All right, so look at this. Here the hips are neutral as you started. All right, now you go down into stretch. You gotta focus your attention on two main things. First one, you do want to turn your hips to the side. This is going to stretch the entire lat muscle, which is huge. It starts from your hips and it goes right under your armpits, all right? So the reason why by turning the hips we're gonna stretch the lat is because of that. Your lat starts here, all right? Now the second thing you do want to do, you also want to move this area here, your scapula, all right? So you want to push your scapula toward the chair, all right? So you want to imagine something is pulling you this direction here, all right? So you do want to think something about this, all right? Something like this, all right? You do want to stretch here, all right? Now, as you find the correct height, all right, so as you go down with the shoulder, so you got your shoulder in line with the chair and with your hips, you don't want to change this. You do want to move your hips only. So slowly turn your hips to the side, as if you wanted to look in the same direction as your feet, all right? So your feet are looking towards your left in this case. You do want to turn your hips toward the left as well, all right? So turn the hips toward the left as much as you can. This is gonna create the stretch. Move your scapula up toward your ear, all right? So you want to shrug your scapula up as much as you can until you can find the desired sensation of stretch here. All right, so of course you can repeat the same thing on your right side. Now let's say this kind of movement here with a slightly different grip. So rather than kind of facing down with the palms, you want to turn the palms in a little and grip the chair like this with a neutral grip, all right? So let's go. We're gonna grab the chair like this. This is going to externally rotate your shoulder a little bit. And by doing that, you're gonna stretch the lat a little more because the lat muscle is an internal rotator, so it does something like this. And by going external with the palm as well, it's gonna externally rotate a little also the shoulder, allowing you to stretch your lats a little more. Now let's do that on the right side, all right? You're gonna be seeing how the hips move a little better, all right? So you want to turn your feet toward the right a little, all right? And as you do that, you want to keep pushing your shoulders down, but up like until a point. Once you reach the same height, don't press your shoulders down anymore. You gotta stabilize the shoulder blades here, stabilize the shoulders here, the same level here, and just turn the hips to the side, all right? So it's this movement of the hips that creates the stretch associated with the movement of your scapula. So you gotta shrug your scapula up here. Once you are in the stretch, you can remain here 6 to 10 breaths, all right? Trying every couple of breaths to get deeper into the stretch. And how do you get deeper into the stretch? You just move the hips a little more, all right? Every couple of breaths, think about that as you are in the stretch, all right? So shoulders in line, the movement is the stretch is created by the movement of the hips and the movement of the scapula. Now guys, to perform this exercise here in a much stronger way, you can use an elastic band like this, a short, all right, little elastic band. You can wrap it around your elbows because this is going to increase the stretch on your lats like crazy. Let's see how to do it. So you do want to wrap the TheraBand around your elbows, all right, because that is where your lats will pull during the stretch. So tight lats pull your elbows here, all right, in flexion, because they are tight and they pull the elbow down as you go into the stretch. By placing the band right over there, you're gonna be able to keep your arms straight, and this is going to improve the stretch a lot. So palms facing down to start. Now, as you can see, the band is really pushing elbows one against each other. Two main things during this stretch here. Pull your shoulder toward your ear, engage this area here to try to stretch this area here as much as possible, and turn your hips to the side. This is going to create the stretch on your entire lat muscle. This is amazing, I love it, all right? So you're gonna find the stretch better here because you got the TheraBand, all right? And the TheraBand is going to squeeze your elbows together, all right? And allowing you to find a deeper and deeper stretch. All right, guys, so here's how this exercise works, all right? You got a couple of key points you gotta pay attention to in order to perform this exercise with the correct technique and feeling the stretch correctly. Make sure that you got them and that you work on both sides, all right? So if you got a stiffer side, by the way, you can perform a set more on that side. There's also why I love this exercise, because it allows you to work on your right side and on your left side, and maybe if you got, for example, your right side a little stiffer, you can do a set more on that side, all right? That's the idea, that's why I love it, all right? But now, I know that you may have a lot of questions, a lot of doubts, a lot of opinions about this exercise here. If you do, I strongly encourage you to leave a comment down below, because I'm really happy to have a chat with you about this exercise here. Also, remember, if you enjoyed the content, you can leave a thumb up and help me grow this YouTube channel. It's free, but only if you enjoyed the content, all right? So, with that said, that's all for this exercise here from the Flexibility Guy and Viola. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice stretch. See you next video.